Things are starting to get serious in our quest to keep Norwich City off of the bottom. So serious that we have donned the kit of the last team that we won anything with. We are trying to remind Nick Bottom that he is a Champions League winner. We have 5 matches remaining in the season, coming off a monster 6-1 victory against bottom of the table Brentford. And we need 3 points or 3 wins in our last 5 to even have a remote chance. We find ourselves sitting 2 points behind Everton in 18th, 7 behind Bournemouth in 17th, and Leeds in 16th. That's our target for safety. We start off with the match against Nottingham Forest, coming off a loss on penalties in the quarterfinals of the Europa Conference League against Bayer Leverkusen. Does that mean that they will be ripe for the picking? God, I hope so. Now, Laesio did end up pulling up with a tight calf in training during the week, but he should be good to go for this match. So we are making no changes to our starting 11, just one switch on the bench. Zach Abbott also picking up an injury during the week. He is unavailable. That means Victor Barreto is going to come on. He's made 2 appearances for the club. Don't expect him to make an appearance in this one. Hoping that Juan Martin Ruz can capitalize on his fantastic appearance in the last match. 1 goal, 4 assists. As we look to get things started with the throw-in, Ruz in control, drops it to Nayo. Omberg back out wide, Ruz quickly ahead. Douglas, who is dispossessed by Caballero, and the ball will be played back to the Forest goalkeeper. We did make one minor tactical tweak. I know it is dangerous after the success we had in the last match. We just put Paddy Douglas on more of a support role than an attack role. Hopefully he's a little better suited for that, and maybe he'll find the back of the net. He does have 6 on the year, but it's been a little while. Chem in control. Alvaro looking to move it forward. Sahraoui. Laesio. He's got runners. One of them is Paddy Douglas. Alvaro finds Ruz. Ruz puts the shot right in the breadbasket of Pascal. He was offside anyway. But a much better start from us as Chem regains control. Alvaro plays it. Sahraoui, who has been excellent, feeding Laesio on that right wing. Laesio back for Sahraoui, into the box, squares it, Douglas, shot saved, made, clearance, Carboni over to Omberg, pushing it forward, his shot's blocked, and Forest will look to clear and move it the other way. We may not have found the net yet, but there is a renewed vigor in this Norwich City side, although some of the run of play going Nottingham Forest's way. Good ball ahead, Omberg heads it down to himself, plays it back, Carboni, left foot drive, hits the crossbar and it stays out. Come on. Hartsleaf on the counterattack, Hamilton. Ouattara drops it for Kunst. Right wing, Renteria. Good ball ahead. He is being challenged by Carboni, and the pass across picked up by Ruz, and the counterattack going the other way for Norwich. Douglas moving it to his right. He's got Laesio waiting. Alvaro. Omberg has to drop back, but he's still in control. Laesio loses it to Hamdi, but Walker picks up the loose garbage. Walker into the box, gets past the man, puts it behind the goalkeeper, and Michael Walker, with his first goal of the season, has given Norwich a 1-0 lead on the road. This is what we've been looking for from this team. The perseverance. Takes a heavy touch, wasn't the greatest, but he stayed with it, was able to poke it past Pascal, and at the City ground, it is Forest 0, Norwich 1 as the first half winds down. Forest went the first 30 minutes with only a single shot on goal. Norwich looking so very good, leading in possession, and most importantly, leading on the scoreboard. And I think the fans are starting to feel it too. For the second match in a row, we have filled out our away allocation, but Boubacar Ouattara is going to score on the near post. Now, this will be reviewed. He may have been offside. I think he was. We'll see what VAR says. The flag never went up from the assistant, and it will be a good goal. Chem headed it away. Hamilton looked to recycle it. I don't know, man. That was close. Let's see when they draw the lines. Yeah, he was behind the ball at that point. So even though he was ahead of the defender, Hamilton did carry it deeper. Let's see if we can get the goal back. Douglas feeding it forward. Ruz on the run. Up the left wing. Has a man on him. Still with it. Dribbles deep. In the middle. Douglas shoots. Hits the crossbar. Put in and kept off at the line by Baum. Laesio tracking down the clearance. Walker. Sahraoui back for Altovaro. Bit of a heavy touch, still with it. Amberg. Nayo trying to make inroads up that left side. Carboni along the sideline, plays it in. Amberg with a one-time drive from range. Pascal deals with it, puts it over the bar, and a corner kick for Norwich. 57 minutes in on the dot. Ruse to deliver. It's a little flat, so Caballero able to clear, and Norwich still tied 1-1. How does this affect us on the league table, you may ask? Well, we are still in 19th place. We move 1 point closer, though, if these results hold, but Bournemouth does have a game in hand. Sanchez, what a save off of a very dangerous free kick. I'd rather give Forest the corner and a chance for us to clear and maybe get a counter than obviously give up the free kick goal. And Rose's header is one of those, excuse me, I'm going to put it on, but I don't really expect to score. 15 minutes left. Some tired legs out there. Laesio has an assist, but he's going to come off. Federico Perotti feeling a little nervous, but you know what can I do? Oscar as well. Everybody's just nervous. Paddy Douglas will make way for Yulin Munoz. So hopefully we can calm the nerves down, maybe with a shout. Perotti with the corner. Rose looks to head away. Sahraoui settles it down, takes it deep, puts it in the middle. Oscar scores, and it's 2-1 Norwich. 8th goal of the year for Oscar, acting as a super sub on the set piece routine, and that was beautifully worked. If at first you don't succeed, then just let Sahraoui take it deep, square it over, and try again. 2-1 Norwich with the lead. Really excellent work from the team, as hopefully not a lot of time is going to be added on. Still waiting to hear from the fourth official. Munoz playing it up. Oscar along the sideline, cut off by Rose, but he gets it free to Amberg. Drop to Nayo. Altovaro quickly ahead. Munoz moving it to his left. Being challenged, but still with it. Dropping it back. Hartsleaf will intercept. Wheeler, Hamilton. The counter is on, out wide right. Renteria, no, you've got to be kidding me. Wheeler in, off of the post. Cleared behind by Nayo. 4 minutes to be added on. Can we survive the onslaught and take all 3 points on the road? Wheeler sending it in. Renteria on Sanchez, grabbing it, securing it, and that hopefully is going to do it as the 4 minutes added on wind down. Back-to-back victories for Norwich City. Who knew that this change in formation was going to bear such fruit so quickly? And honestly, who knew that Oscar was going to start playing like the player that we thought we were getting when we originally joined the team? The win puts us in 18th. We move ahead of Everton by 1 point. Still 4 behind Leeds, 5 behind Brighton. I'd love to be able to catch Brighton, maybe Ipswich, and really secure that spot and safety in the Premier League for next year. Still 4 matches left to go. One against Bournemouth, who has moved up the table. They were in 17th. They are now sitting 14th. It's starting to be a bit of a logjam. 14th on down. Let's see if we can take advantage. I think my biggest challenge moving forward is keeping the nerves calm, and when we give up a goal in stoppage time in the first half to Bournemouth and go down 1-0, that makes me nervous. But Oscar on the end of a Walker cross ties things up at 1. Bournemouth, though, would regain the lead. Beautiful pass. Mesa left all alone. Slots one past Sanchez. 2-1 to the Cherries. But we were not done. Altovaro, beautiful pass for Ruse, coming in for an injured Laesio. Puts home the goal to tie things up at 2, and then Oscar gets things started. Huerto Dahl squares it across. Munoz with his first goal of the year, heading it home. 3-2 Norwich over Bournemouth, making it 3 wins on the spin. We now trail Leeds by just a single point. Safety is so close, I can smell it. My bad. We had actually taken Laesio off in place of 19-year-old wonder kid Federico Perotti, who then twisted his ankle and had to be replaced by Ruse, who, as we had mentioned before, picked up a little bit of an injury, wasn't in the starting lineup. Oscar started in his place, and he ended up being, well, part of the hero group. Now, even though I did it in Palermo, I purposefully ignored the youth intake this year because, well, we don't plan on staying here, so what does it matter? But holy crap, look at this kid. 16-year-old Scottish-English dual national Alexander McGuffey. He's a midfielder. He's 5'7", needs a little work in his positioning and off the ball, but his vision and passing are unbelievable at this age. Great technique. His first touch is really good. He's not super slow with the 12 pace. He could potentially be good enough to go on our bench now. I mean, honestly, with Perotti out injured, I put him on the bench. We are going to make one change. Oscar has been fantastic, mainly as a super sub. Ruse is healthy once again, and I think Ruse should not lose his starting spot. So he's going to come in. That is the one alteration we are going to make to our game day squad. So it's going to be Sanchez, Carboni, Nayo, Chem, and Walker, with Alvaro, Amberg, and Sarawi in the midfield. Ruse, Laesio on the wings in support of Douglas as we take on mid-table Sunderland. They sit in 11th place, but have dropped points in each of their last 3, including back-to-back losses. We are at home, so we're not going to the Stadium of Light. I think that this is a match. If we can run our winning streak, it would be absolutely brilliant. 5 minutes in, Ruse in the middle. Chen can't win the header. Leasu drops it down. Douglas, Alvaro, Ruse in the middle. Sarawi's there. Walid Sarawi with his first goal of the year. Was it offside? However, the flag looks like it stayed down. Michael Oliver checking with VAR. The goal is going to count. Norwich takes a 1-0 lead. Sarawi, where were you my whole life? He was injured when we first took over, and then I guess I was afraid to put him in because he was an unknown quantity, but I'm glad he's here. Insta highlight though, Medina playing it back, and Sunderland in control. Looking to get one back early, but it's turned over. Ruiz steps in front of that pass. Douglas, he's got Ruiz up the left wing, but instead he drops it for Carboni. Up for Ruse. I keep calling him Ruiz. There is no I in Ruse. Nayo over the top. Carboni squares it. Douglas puts it home, his 7th of the year, and Douglas scores. They're going to check VAR again, but I don't see anything in the original highlight that would make Michael Oliver overturn this one. I think it's going to be 2-0 Norwich, and it is. The goal is going to count. Another beautifully worked ball. Quick fire double, man. Like a minute or so in between goals. Over the top, settled down well by Carboni, poked home by Douglas for 2-0. And I know people are going to say that my intro to this video was clickbaity, but I record that before I start playing any of these matches. So at the time, we were in 19th, in terrible position, having just beat Brentford, thank God. We now currently sit, as things stand, if nothing else changes, in 16th, and we are out of the relegation zone. Hopefully in the second half, we can keep things going the way that they have. We will make no changes, and I'm going to prove it to you, well, when I can. Carboni with the throw-in, getting it back. Amberg. Alvaro settling it down. Through to Carboni. What a play, but Brennan is going to step in front of him and clear it away. Sarawi tracking it down. Chem playing it to Walker. Walker through to Laesio. Laesio's got it. They're calling for offside. The flag is down. Laesio's got his 7th, and Norwich has their 3rd of the match. And just to prove it, there it is. It popped off of the screen again because another highlight. Amberg off of the throw-in. Ruse with it. Moves it to his left foot, and he's going to put that over the corner. Kurbanov didn't need to make the save. Are we going to be on this page long enough for me to show you this? Norwich, 32 points, tied on points with Ipswich, ahead by 6 on goal difference in 16th place. And if we get more points in our final match, we could end up as high as 14th, maybe even 13th, and that would be absolutely incredible and a fantastic way to cap off this season in the next episode. But I do not want to get a whole head of myself. Junior controlling it along the near sideline for Sunderland, trying to get one back up for Jackson, leaves it for Felipe before dropping it for Al-Shamari. If we can keep them in their own zone, make them make these little passes and not give them an inroad to our final third like we literally just did, but a great defensive play by Chem. He has been fantastic. Leasio's clearance, though, hits Jackson, stays in. Felipe over the top. Junior puts it past Sanchez. 9th of the year for Junior. Felipe with the assist, and our lead is cut to 3-1. VAR is going to check this one, and it's going to be teamed offside. I really had no idea that things were going to go our way like this. McGuffey making his professional debut at the age of 16 with a 3-0 lead in the final 10 minutes plus whatever gets added on here. 6 of added time. Plunky straightaway free kick, 5-man wall. See Chem's in there definitely with that mohawk. It's going to go off of the post and bounce right at Gustavo Lopez, his second goal of the year. This one will not be reviewed. It's going to count. Norwich, though, with a 3-1 lead. There's not enough time to come back. We were going to pick up a 4th win in a row. An absolute clean sweep of the episode, finishing things off with a 3-1 win over Sunderland. We've moved out of the relegation zone in the 16th. 2 matches left, one against Everton behind us. I honestly, from where we were 15, 20 minutes ago, however long this video is going to be, from there to now, total change of attitude on my part. In fact, now I am looking forward to finishing the season in the next episode. Hopefully we can keep our position on the table. We have Everton away, Spurs at home to wrap up the season. I hope you come back for that. Like this video, please. You have to have liked the video. The change from the beginning to end has just been transformative. Make sure you also subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you know when the next video comes out, and I look forward to seeing you next time as we wrap up our time with Norwich City as we get them off of the bottom. Until then, bye-bye.